Hi, it's Mike once again, back with tip number 25 from our top 100 tips, tools, and life lessons from the Insight One Awakening Heart Seminar. What we're going to explore today is going to look at something we call have to versus choose to. And over the course of the next maybe 5 or 6 videos, we're going to explore this dynamic of choice and how we make choices and how we avoid making choices. When we look at the idea of something that feels like a have to, we define it as something that we do, but don't enjoy doing. And you might want to think of something in your life that you do, but don't enjoy doing. Maybe it's getting up early to go to work. Maybe you feel like you have to exercise or have to eat a certain way or behave in a certain way, but it sits in you like it's a have to. So it sits in like with some level of energy of againstness, like something that you don't really want to do it, but you feel like you have to. And we begin to explore this because we want to work to kind of shift this. Anything that we hold as a have to or something that we don't want to do has a consequence to us. It hits against us. We look at and explore. Earlier we talked about resistance, so it kind of builds up resistance inside of us. And how do we shift this from being a have to into something that feels like it's a choose to? And the way we explore that in the seminar, and I'm not going to go into a lot of details, we say, well, if I don't get up in the morning and go to work, what's the consequence of that? I say, well, I might lose my job. All right. If I lose my job, what's the consequence of that? We begin to explore the inner consequence. Well, I might begin to lose a sense of self-confidence or self-worth, or I may even go into a level of depression. And we begin to notice that there are consequences to the choices we make. But we begin to recognize that we're actually making a choice by getting up and going to work in the morning or going to exercise or, whatever the thing is that you might be working in your life that feels like a have to. When we can begin to shift that into a choose to, we begin to empower ourselves in terms of holding it from a different space inside of ourselves. We can also begin to recognize when we do this in the seminar that sometimes the driving force is underneath. And we're going to explore these a little bit later on. The driving forces underneath us are not always about the external thing, whether it's going to work or not going to work or choosing to exercise or not exercise. It's some dynamic internally inside of us that we bring awareness of. And as we bring more awareness about that inner aspect, we get clearer about why we're choosing and why it matters to us and the impact that can have. Again, I invite you to work with this in some area of your own life. Thank you for joining us. Check out insightboston.org for anything that's happening in the Boston area, or globally at insightseminars.org, and certainly see what's going on in your own local Insight community. Have a great day.